Good day, everyone. You are welcome to this page. So basically, I just want to put us through how to sew. To sew a shirt that the button is not visible, that the button is hidden. So yeah, you want to start with measuring the length of your shirt. So the length of this is 32, 32, 32. So you want to add 2.5, 2 inches tentatively. So just add it tentatively. You still check it out later. Yeah. Now the next thing is, so this part, don't forget this is the wrong side of the fabric. This is the wrong side of the fabric. So that's why we are able to mark it with chalk. Now we want to start by, first of all, determine the width of the area where placket part, where the buttonhole is going to be. Want to start confirming the what you'll be using for the that space. So mine, I will be using one quarter or thereabout for it. So yeah, now we multiply this by 2, which will give us like 2.5 in total. 2.5 in total. So that's what I'm measuring here now. That's 2.5 in total. That's the first step. So you see, that's the first step. Then the second step is to fold again, and you still maintain that your 2.5. So still maintain the 2.5. Still maintain your 2.5. Yeah. So that's that. Now the next thing is to measure that the one quarter that I talked about earlier on. Now, right now you will just reduce it by one, one step like this, one step or at most two. So which we will now have like one, two, 1 inches two. 1 inch two rather. So I believe you can see what I'm trying to show you. So that's what you will mark. I will tell you the reason why we reduce it from one quarter to to this. But let's mark first. Just mark it. So after marking, then try to connect the dots. Try to connect the dots. You have a long ruler and make use of that. So let me try and connect mine with this. So we are still connecting the dots. Try to connect the dots. Yeah. So now we go to our sewing machine to follow this line that we just marked. We follow it. So, but then before that, let's try to fold the other part of the shirt where the button will be tagged. So this one will be very small, make it very small so that it won't be as big as the the other one that we did. Try to make it very small. Yeah, so we also try to join this. All right. Yeah, that's what we are doing next. Let's go to our sewing machine to join that. Yeah, so we are back from our sewing machine. As you can see, I've done the sewing. So the next thing is to fold this to this side. You can see I use your iron to press it very well. You can see that. Now you know the other time I told you that I reduced the one quarter 1 inch quarter that I reduced by reduce it by 2 bar. You know. Now the reason now is to make sure that it's not equal with this outer part. You know, if it's equal, there's every tendency that this very one will be peeping out, you know, and it will to make the work rough and not neat. But as you can see, this The front part is kind of a little bit wider than this, so it makes this to be hidden. It makes this one to be hidden. So that's the essence. So yeah, I think that's about that. So the next thing is just to continue with the cutting of the shirt, you know. And I have the video of how to cut shirt. I have it on this channel, but then I will be cutting another, you know, a more simpler one. You know, this is Ankara fabric, so it's not a corporate shirt. So that's why I want to use this method, you know. But then you want to sew a corporate one, you can check out the video on my channel. Now the fineness of the shirt is 44. It's going to be 44. So 44. And you can see that I started from this buttonhole part. I started from this buttonhole part. So 44. And let's just add 1 inch to it tentatively. So in total now we have to measure it to this side. We have 13 inches. 13 inches. 13 inches. And if there is any part that is not clear to you, please feel free to ask from the comment section. I will try as much as possible to respond to it. Yeah, so that's that about that. Now the back of this shirt is 17. 17. So like I said, I'm measuring from my buttonhole side. So this is our 17. Measure our 17 here. 17. Then we go by 2.5. Yeah. And one arc concerning this slope is what determines it is how slopey the shoulder of the person is. You know, the way our shoulders slope differs. So for somebody that for someone that goes to the gym very well, the shoulder will be very slopey. So this slopey side will be like 3 inches or thereabout, so that there will be, you will avoid this wrinkle at the arm side. So that's just the essence of that slope. So that's that for the front part. Yeah. So this is the borders of the shirt. You can see this shoulder is out. The slope of the shoulder is out. Now the next thing is cut. Cutting. Yes. And like I said, this back is like this because it's Ankara, so I don't want to, just like another way for cutting the shirt. But then if you want to sew a corporate shirt, you have to cut, remove this, there's a way we join the yoke at this side. So you can check the video in this, in this our channel. We don't know how to cut that. But let's just continue with this method. Yeah. So I'll be using like 18 inches for the neck. So yeah, let me put you through how I cut my shirt, my neck most of the time. For this, like 2.5. Then I mark 5 here. Then I connect. Now I will have to confirm what I mark if it is up to 18. No, that's how I do mine. No, that's how I do mine. No. So this 9.5, that's, you multiply this by 2, that's 19. So which means it's more than what I need. So I will find a way to reduce it a little bit. No, I'll reduce it a little bit. Then I will confirm again. Like I said, it's my own way of doing it. If you know what that means, you can try that out. But then, as you can see, this is 9 already. That's 9 times 2 is 18. So that's what I need. Then don't forget, all this cutting are still tentative. But then there are times that even this tentative cutting becomes the original this thing. So after joining and all that, I will still try to trim and check the neck out if it is up to 18. If it is not, I will just, you know, do little adjustments. But then this will help us out. Yes, let's complete our cutting now from here. So our back is 17, then I will add half inch to it for our sewing allowance. Then the sleeve, I'll measure it on this side. And like I said, all these measurements, they are tentative. There's a way you will confirm it if it is up to what you need. Now, here we are doing 44, which is 11. 11. So you will add your sewing allowance. We can just make our sewing allowance 3/4 like this. No, yeah, here we have 9 altogether. Then this part we subtract it by 1. So this is 8. 8. Then you will join it. You have your cuff, you can use it. But then I use freehand most of the time. Now here we confirm. Yeah, I don't want my hammer to be more than 11 or 11 and a half. So this is how I confirm. You can see what I have here, almost 11 and a half. So this is good because the owner of this shirt, is 11 and a half. The owner of the shirt is not that big. So assuming it's a shirt that is smaller than this, you can still reduce it. You can make it 10 and a half or 11. It depends on how big you want the sleeve to be. And if it is a big shirt too, you have to increase this maybe to 12, 12 and a half. Borders of the shirt determines how big and wide the sleeve will be. So here we can just reduce it, just put a little shape. So I reduce this by quarter, then this I return it back to 11. So it's a man's shirt, so you don't have too much shape, and it's for an old man too. So you don't have to put too much shape. Assuming it's for a young guy now, you can still try. Yeah. So so yeah, this shirt I'm thinking to make it straight like this. I just cuff it. Should I? Uh, okay, let me cuff it. So let's confirm our length. Yes, I just so let's by theory here. Theory. So just add like half an inch for the sewing allowance. Yeah. So we're done with that. Let's call the sleeve. Welcome to the sleeve cutting. Yeah, right now this part you measure 5 inches, then you straighten it like this, you mark it like this, then just crossing like this. When you cross, try to find the midpoint. So this is come like this to this point, then come out like this. Hence, you have something like this for your sleeve. And just trim this part, the upper part, trim it maybe by quarter. And the reason is just to still avoid that wrinkle part at the armhole side. So, so this part is going to be at the front and this part will be at the back of your sleeve. Now here, remember our armhole was around 11 and a half. So confirm it here, have 11 and a half. So just try and confirm your armhole. So whatever you have there, try to measure it. Now our sleeve is 24, 24, 24. This, this 24, 24. Mark it like this. Now, you know this is going to have curve. So our curve is, my curve is always 2 3/4. It's not always up to 3 inches. It's always 2 3/4, but then you can use 3 inches if that's what you want. So you will remove your curve from this side, which is 2 3/4. Now you will now return back 1 inch rather. So that 1 inch will be for the sewing allowance here and sewing allowance at at this part. So if you get, first thing, remove your curve, which is 2 3/4. Then after removing it, then we return back 1 inch for the sewing allowance here and sewing allowance here. I hope you get my point. Yeah. So yeah. Now our curve is let's say 9.5 or 10. Depends on how big you want it to be. Then you add 1.5 or 2 inches, depending on how wide you want the shirt, the sleeve to be. And likewise, this side of the shirt, you want it to slim, you can determine it from this cutting. So like I said, this shirt is for an elder, so it shouldn't be too tight, but then it will still look smart on the person. So use this same allowance. Then you follow. Yeah, so this is how I determine my placket for the sleeve. You know, I fold like this, then measure my actual curve. You know, so I assume this should be the same allowance, the sewing allowance. Then this is my curve 10. Can you see that? So that's how I determine my own. You know, everybody has their way of doing things. So this is my own way of doing this very part. Yeah. So this 5, then the midpoint is 2.5. So I mark it. So, so this is the point. Then I cut. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. So that's how first thing is to sew. Let me try and cut the yoke for this shirt. Yeah. So yeah, it's up to you to determine the shape you want to give this, but I'm leaving this straight. So you like can curve or whatever. Yeah, so I'm leaving this straight. Yeah. So yeah, that's that.